Mercedes cars are packed with features that most owners never truly learn to use. Not because they're complicated, but because nobody shows you the real when and how. In this episode, we'll do it step by step. I'll show you what to activate, where to find it in the menus, when it actually helps, and what to do when your dashboard shows warnings or unfamiliar messages. By the end, you'll drive smoother, safer, and with more confidence, without buying or installing anything new. If you enjoy practical guides like this, subscribe to the channel. Every week we break down hidden car technology with real step-by-step instructions, so you can use what you already have instead of guessing. And stay until the very end, because I'll give you 3 final tricks, a quick method to reduce annoying driver assist warnings, a simple way to improve visibility and safety in bad weather, and one of the most misunderstood Mercedes warning messages, plus what to do in 30 seconds when it appears. Step 1. Confirm what technology package you actually have. Mercedes features vary by trim and year, so before changing settings, you want to know what's available. On most recent Mercedes models with MBUX, go to the main screen, open the vehicle settings, then look for Assistance or Driver Assistance. If you see options like Active Distance Assist, Active Steering Assist, Blind Spot Assist, or Speed Limit Assist, you have the core safety suite. If you see parking camera options, 360 camera, or automatic parking, you have advanced parking tech. This matters because the next steps will make sense only if those menus exist. Don't worry, everything we do today is safe and reversible. Now let's start with one of the most powerful everyday tools, adaptive cruise control, often called Active Distance Assist. Many drivers try it once, feel the car braking or accelerating, and never touch it again. The trick is using it correctly. First, activate cruise control from the steering wheel controls. Set your speed, then immediately set the following distance. Mercedes usually offers multiple distance levels. Use a longer distance on highways and in rain, and a medium distance in normal traffic. When should you use it? Use it for steady highway driving and stop-and-go traffic when you want smoother flow. When should you avoid it? Avoid it on tight winding roads, complex intersections, or aggressive merging zones. If the car brakes too early, it's often because the distance is too long for your preference, or because the car sees slower traffic ahead and is protecting you. Adjust distance first, then judge the system. Next, Active Steering Assist or Lane Centering. This is the feature that reduces fatigue, but only if it's set properly. Go to Assistance Settings and find Steering or Lane Support. Turn it on, and then look for Sensitivity or Intervention settings. Some Mercedes setups allow subtle changes like early or late intervention. Here's how to use it. Use it on highways with clear lane markings, especially long trips. Keep hands on the wheel and give gentle inputs. The system works best when you cooperate, not fight it. When not to use it: heavy snow, faded lanes, strong construction markings, or narrow roads with frequent lane changes. If you notice steering tugging, it may be detecting a lane edge you didn't intend to cross. The solution is often simple. Reduce lane assist intervention strength, clean the windshield camera area, and ensure lane markings are visible. Now let's activate Speed Limit Assist and avoid the most common frustration: incorrect limits. In Assistance Settings, enable speed limit recognition and set how you want alerts. If your Mercedes supports it, you can choose a gentle warning or only show the sign on the dashboard. When should you use it? Use it in cities and unfamiliar roads where speed limits change frequently. When should you be cautious? When there are temporary construction signs, complex junctions, or when the system might read a side road sign. If you see a wrong limit, don't panic. Treat it as a reminder, not a command. The best approach is to keep it on visual display rather than automatic speed changes, unless you're confident in your local roads. Let's move to an underrated safety feature: Blind Spot Assist and Exit Warning. Many owners think Blind Spot Assist is only the mirror light. On some Mercedes models, it can also warn you when opening a door. In vehicle settings, look for Blind Spot Assist and Exit Warning. Turn it on if available. When is it most useful? City streets with cyclists, parking on the roadside, tight traffic near scooters and motorcycles. A key habit: before opening the door, pause for 1 second. Let the system check. It's a tiny change that prevents big accidents. Now, parking technology, where Mercedes is extremely strong. First, activate your camera settings. Open camera view and check if you can enable guidelines, object detection, and 360 view. Use the 360 camera when parking close to curbs and low obstacles. Use front camera when pulling into tight spaces. Here's the step-by-step parking routine that works best. Slow down, activate camera early, keep speed minimal, and rely on combined view, camera plus sensors. If your car supports active park assist, use it when the space is tight or visibility is limited. When not to use it, in chaotic areas with moving pedestrians constantly crossing, because the system might stop often. The real trick is patience. Let the car compute and move slowly. Now let's talk about lighting technology, another area where many Mercedes owners miss the benefit. If your model has intelligent high beams or advanced LED systems, go into lighting settings and enable automatic high beams or adaptive lighting. When to use it? Night driving on roads with inconsistent lighting. The key is making sure the windshield and camera area are clean. These systems rely on clear detection of oncoming traffic. If your lights feel late, clean the sensors and check if the system is turned on. Don't treat it like a gimmick. Done right, it improves visibility while protecting other drivers. Next, driving modes and how to use them strategically, not randomly. Comfort is your default daily mode. Sport is not only for speed. It often tightens throttle response and transmission behavior, which can help in quick merges or mountain roads. Eco is ideal for smooth city driving and longer trips when you want efficiency. The step-by-step approach. Use comfort most of the time, switch to sport briefly when you need quick response, and use Eco when traffic is steady and you want smoother control. If your Mercedes has individual mode, set it once and forget it. Make steering comfortable, but keep engine response balanced. This gives you the best everyday setup without constantly switching. Now, let's handle the part everyone wants: dashboard warnings and what to do calmly. First rule: not every warning is a mechanical failure. Some are temporary limitations caused by weather, dirt, low battery, or sensors being blocked. If you see a message related to driver assistance being limited, do this checklist. Check if it's raining heavily, foggy, or snowing. Check if the windshield camera area is dirty. Check if front radar area is blocked by mud or ice. Then restart the car after cleaning. Many times, the warning disappears because the sensor can see again. If you see a tire pressure warning, don't guess. Check actual pressure, inflate to the recommended level, then reset the TPMS in the vehicle menu. The reset is important, otherwise the warning might persist. If you see a battery warning or repeated start-stop system unavailable, it often indicates the battery is low or the car is protecting itself. A longer drive or battery check can fix it, especially in winter or after short trips. Here's a very practical spy and messages habit. When a warning appears, take a photo of it. Later, compare if it repeats. One-time warnings after heavy rain, washing the car, or extreme temperatures are often sensor-related. Repeated warnings at normal conditions are the ones you treat seriously. Now let's close with the promised final tricks. Bonus trick 1. Reduce annoying driver assist beeps without turning safety off. Go to Assistant Settings and look for Alert Style. Many Mercedes systems allow you to change from loud audio warnings to softer tones, haptic steering wheel feedback, or visual-only alerts. Choose the lowest alert intensity that still keeps you aware. This keeps the system useful without making you hate it. Bonus trick 2. Improve wet weather safety instantly. In rain, increase your adaptive cruise following distance by 1 level. Enable automatic lights. And if you have intelligent high beams, keep them on auto but be ready to override. Then slow your parking speed and rely more on sensors than mirrors alone. This small rain profile reduces stress and improves reaction time. Bonus trick 3. The most misunderstood Mercedes warning message: driver assistance temporarily unavailable or reduced. Many people think it means the system is broken. Often it's simply blocked sensors. The 30-second fix: pull over safely when possible, wipe the windshield camera area and front radar zone, and restart the car if needed. If the message comes back immediately in perfect weather on clean roads, then you investigate further. But most of the time, it's an environment limitation, not a failure. Now you have a real step-by-step way to use Mercedes technology the way it was designed. Activate it correctly, use it in the right scenarios, understand what the car is telling you, and avoid panic when warnings appear. In the next episode, we'll do the same style of guide for another brand, practical activation steps, real driving situations, and final tricks you can use right away.